Hello, everybody, and welcome to Vinyltreasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live on this Thursday afternoon. Want to welcome you to the February 20th, 2025 All 78 show. On this, well, it was sunny. Now it's dreary here. I hope it doesn't. Hope it doesn't snow, because it's a pretty cool outside. But it seems like we just were here last night, actually. But the show last night was a great success, although it was blocked, unfortunately, for one song, and that's why we can't request hits on any of the programs. Sometimes I can get away with it, but I played a record by Junior Walker and the All-Stars. I think it was called Shake and Finger Pop. Well, they didn't like that. Of course, I played another one by him, and they let that go, but it was, a top 15 hit maybe? But they blocked the show. The unfortunate thing is with that is they allowed me to remove the song, and then it reposted, but there's no chat, so you'll lose all the chat. And I know a lot of people, like my mother, likes to watch or read the chat, and she goes back later on. She has a notebook there, and she writes her notes, so she is reading what you guys and gals say in there. So anyway, but it's an unfortunate thing. But welcome here to the All 78 show. I think got some cool records for today. And we opened up today's show with the Johnny Otis Orchestra from August of 1950 with a song called Freight Train Boogie. Came out on Herman Lubinsky's Regent label, subsidiary of Savoy Records. Now, talent scout Ralph Bass, he was working for Lubinsky. He was out in Los Angeles and went to a club in Watts, which is downtown Los Angeles, owned by Johnny Otis, called the Barrel House. So he was there, and Johnny Otis and his orchestra's there, and all these other acts are performing. I think the Robins, Mel Williams, Little Esther, Red Light, who is on the flip side of this, by the way, a vocal, and Esther Mae Jones and others performing. And he said, well, this is great. I'm going to tell Herman to sign them, and he did. And they recorded the whole show, and they recorded for Herman Lubinsky for a while there. But this one from August 50, the Johnny Otis Orchestra on Regent, Freight Train Boogie is the name of the tune. Well, let's get to the 78s here. We're going to go way back now for this one. Anybody out there? Well, my father was born in 1931. Well, this is a 78 from 1932. Now, on the January 9th 78 show, I featured this group from Pickaway, Ohio, played their debut single, came out on the Brunswick record label, called Tiger Rag. I think I played the other side on the following show. But the group included John Jr., Herbert, Harry, and Donald Mills. Collectively, they were known as the Mills Brothers. And let's give a listen to their third release on the Brunswick record label. And we're going to go way back to this one, recorded February 29th of 1932, released in April. We're going to send it out to listener Jack Saperstein from April of 1932, a really oldie here. The Mills Brothers on the Brunswick label. The song is called I Heard.
Oh, I heard, yes I heard, though it wasn't told to me, I only heard. Oh, I heard, yes I heard, though it wasn't buzzed to me, I only heard. Now he said that she said that she didn't know where she got it, but he said that she said that the law was gonna stop it. Oh, I heard, yes I heard, though it wasn't told to me, I only heard.
Oh, I heard,
What you hear, boy?
yes I heard,
Better tell me something.
though it wasn't told to me, I only heard.
Little keyhole business?
Oh, I heard,
Ear dropping.
yes I heard, though it wasn't buzzed to me, I only heard.
What you hear now?
Now he said that she didn't know where she got it,
Uh-huh.
but he said that she said that the law was gonna stop it. Oh, I heard,
I understand.
yes I heard,
Yeah.
though it wasn't told to me, I only heard.
Little boy, you ain't heard nothing. I overheard the same conversation last night, and it wasn't told to me. I only heard.
What'd you hear, boy?
Well, you don't have to tell nobody, see, because I overheard this, and it wasn't told to me. I only heard.
Well, tell us what you heard.
Now, she said that she didn't know where to buy it. And if it ever got out again, boy, there'd be a terrible ride. Oh, I heard. Yes, I heard. And it wasn't told to me, I only heard.
All we heard, yes we heard, though it wasn't told to us, we only heard. All we heard, yes we heard, though it wasn't buzzed to us, we only heard. Now he said that she said that she didn't know where she got it, but he said that she said that the law was gonna stop it. All we heard, yes we heard, though it wasn't told to us, we only heard. What did I want? What did I want? What did I want? Wow, 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 wow.
Is that what you heard, boy?
What did I want? What did I want? What did I want? Wow, 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 wow. What did I want? What did I want? What did I want? Wow, 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 wow.
There you go. We're going way back in time to April of 1932 with the sound of the Mills Brothers. That's their, their third release on the Brunswick record label. I Heard is the name of the tune. We'll send that one out to listener Jack Saperstein, their third of 19 for the Brunswick record label. And I do have others in the collection here, so we will feature those on future shows. Thank you all for being, those of you that are being here. And again, we had a new, someone came in, a modern retro radio. I try to keep this music alive here. And again, on the platform, YouTube's been pretty good with me, really. And the more subscribers I get, I think the better it will be, because they give me a little bit of leeway with that, because the owners of the content like the people tuning into the program. So if I have a big audience, the owners of the content like it, because I can't monetize the songs that I play, because the owners don't allow it. If they did allow it, then I would, but that's not the case. I'm not in here to make money on the songs. I really do want to keep the music alive and promote it. Plus, I like to play the records, if you can tell. But anyway, so thank you all for being here. And if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. This is my second show of the week. I do this show every other week. I will be back in 2 weeks after this. We'll be back Saturday night with 1950s and early 60s. You can check out my YouTube page, Johnny G Vinyltreasure Show, and we're also broadcast not this show, but the last night's show, the Soul Show, and Saturday will be on Oldies and More Radio if you just like to hear the stream. But it's your choice. Let us continue here. I hope this record plays okay. Because I was testing it and I had to, not that it was skipping, but I had to push it along, but maybe the needle wasn't good. But anyway, let's go from 1932 to 1939 now. And I'm sure many of you are familiar with this song, this tune written by George Bolanger and James Kennedy. And of course, it was a big, big hit for the Platters on the Mercury label back in 1956. But the song was first done by Glenn Miller that same year. I should say in 1939. And that same year, 1939, it was done by the Ink Spots, this group. It features Bill Kenny on lead. And I think you'll hear the bass, Hoppy Jones, I think with like that talking part. I don't know what you call that. I don't know what they call it. Johnny G always, since I got the COVID, Johnny G loses his mind. But this is from November 39. Let's give a listen to the Ink Spots on the Decca label, their rendition of the tune, My Prayer, the Ink Spots.
My prayer is to linger with you at the end of the day, in a dream that's divine. My prayer is a rapture in blue, with the world far away and your lips close to mine. Tonight, while our hearts are aglow, oh, tell me the words that I'm longing to know. My prayer and the answer you give, may they still be the same, or as long as we live, that you'll always be there at the end of my prayer.
My prayer is to linger with you at the end of each day in a dream that's divine. My prayer is a rapture in blue, with the world far away and your lips close to mine.
Tonight, while our hearts are aglow, oh, tell me the words that I'm longing to know. My prayer and the answer you give, may they still be the same, or as long as we live, that you'll always be there at the end of my
See, I tried to get that out. I can't see anything in the vinyl there to get that out, so I just have to push it along a little bit. So I apologize for that. Couple skips there, but there you go. That's the Ink Spots there. Bill Kenny on lead. The Ink Spots, November 1939 release on the Blue Decca record label. Their rendition of the tune My Prayer. I'm sure many of you know that song as done by the Platters and other groups too, by the way. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Let us continue here. We are in the year 1939. Been featuring this group from Chicago here on the All 78 show. First recording for the Bluebird record label. They had 21 releases on Bluebird, and on June 27th of 1939 in Chicago, they recorded this. That's actually where all the Bluebird sessions, all the masters were done at the Chicago studio. And at that time, the group recorded 10 songs, all featured the lead of Austin Powell. And here is one of those 10 tunes, a tune that he wrote. Austin Powell on lead from December 39. Let's give a listen to the Cats and the Fiddle on the Bluebird label. It's called We Cats Will Swing for You. The Cats and the Fiddle.
Da la da 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 da. We gon' swing you rhythm, rhythm that hot. We gon' swing you rhythm, whether or not. Come with me and you will see. We cats will swing for you. You gon' pat your feet and clap your hands. You gon' snap your fingers, shake your can. 1, 2, 3, let's change this key. We cats will swing for you. Music knocks you out when it's played right. Ooh, music brings you low, and it will send Jubeman just decides a kite. Now that we have explained to you just what we cats are going to do. Now come with me and you will see we cats will swing for you. Do-do-da, da-da, do-do-da, da-da, do-do-da, da-da, la-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, do-do-da, da-da, do-do-da, da-da, do-do-da, da-da, la-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, mama, 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 da 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 la 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 la. Music knocks you out when played right. Music brings you low, and it will send you man just as high as the cat.
There you go. That's the sound of the Cats and the Fiddles, December 1939 release there. Austin Powell on lead. That what I say that was their what did I say? I didn't say which one they had 21. That's it. Yeah, actually, it was their first recording. Wait, no, 10 songs I didn't put down there. Johnny G losing his mind. There you go. Bluebird Records, December 39. The Cats and the Fiddle. We cats will swing for you. That's what we're trying to do here on a Thursday afternoon. If you need to get in touch with your disc jockey, you can send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact for requests and dedications and anything else you want to talk about with your host Johnny G. And I play the music chronologically here. We'll be here till about 6 o'clock. Maybe we'll finish a little sooner than that, but let us continue now. We are moving now into 1940 with another group that I've been featuring here on the All 78 show from Wilberforce, Ohio. They were called the Charioteers. And let's move into 1940 now. This song originally recorded on March 4th of 1940. Columbia released it in April that year and then re-released it again with a different flip side in June of 47. Now, that's the copy I have, the 47 press, which probably plays better, although sometimes you get some good shellac with the Columbia presses. It features the great Billy Williams on lead. Let's go to April of 1940. The Charioteers on Columbia. The song is called So Long, the Charioteers.
All love has seen you through its doorway. You going your way, I'm left behind. And though I hope you'll be contented, you'll be lamented and on my mind. So long, hope we'll meet again someday. Hope that maybe then you'll say, darling, I was wrong. Oh, long, gee, I hate to see you go. mean the world to me, you know. You've been mine so long. All alone with my memories of you, I can dream that you're lonely too. You're my own, even though we're far apart, I will keep you right here in my heart. Oh, though you leave me here to cry, it can never be goodbye. We'll just say so long.
That's a pretty nice tune, I have to say. I really like that one there. That's Billy Williams and the Charioteers from April 1940 on the Columbia record label. I featured the June 47 release. So Long is the name of the tune. That's pretty good. And it's funny, Darren, that you would mention that. And sometimes when I clean some of these Columbia 78s, they do have the cardboard in the center, because if you ever crack a Columbia 78, I think it's all of them, but a lot of them, at least at this time period, they used a cardboard like core to like make it more sturdy. And sometimes with the old shellac, it'll crack. It's not a crack through the record, so it's not broken per se, but it really is sort of, because you'll get these cracks in the vinyl and or the shellac, and therefore you can hear them too, but they're at least held together. But anyway, I digress. Let us continue here. We are in the year, well, actually, I think we're going to 1941 here, but this is another one of those Columbia reissues, and it's a twin spin on the Columbia label. Now, on the last 78 show, I featured the Palmer Brothers. They were backing up a band leader, Cab Calloway, on the Columbia label with their rendition of I See a Million People, parentheses, but All I Can See Is You, which was first issued in August of 1941 on the OK label. Now, Columbia would re-release it in October of 1950, which is the copy that I played. Now, the flip side of the re-release is the same song, but done by a different band leader and singer. And it's with Benny Goodman and his orchestra. And at this time, he signed this female vocalist by the name of Peggy Lee. She was recording with the Benny Goodman Orchestra at this time period. And this was previously released in 1941, and it was packaged as the flip of the Cab Calloway Same Song on the re-release. So I'm going to send this one out to my mom, who likes this tune. She's tuned into the program down in the kitchen on the tablet with my sister Tony and Grace tuned into the program. So she's watching all your chatter in the chat room there. By this release, which came out in October of 1950, she was a solo act already, so her contract ended with Benny Goodman, but they re-released this as a flip side from October 1950. This is the Benny Goodman Orchestra with Peggy Lee on the vocals on the Columbia label, and her rendition of the tune, I See a Million People, parentheses, but All I Can See Is You. We'll send this one out to Mom. Whoops, wrong one, Johnny.
I see a million people, but all I can see is you. I hear a million voices, but only your voice comes through. I wait for your footsteps, I've waited before. I'll know that it's you if you knock at my door. I'll know you're around by the sound of my pounding heart. I see a million faces, but what do I really see? A million little traces keep bringing you back to me. And try as I may to forget to care, what can I do if you're always there? I see a million people, but all I can see is you.
Big band sounds here on the Vinyltreasure Show. That's Benny Goodman and his orchestra with Peggy Lee on the vocals. A pleasing sound to your ear, I would say. October 1950 release there, but originally released in 1941 on the Columbia record label. Peggy Lee with her rendition of the tune, I See a Million People, but All I Can See Is You. We send that one out to Mama Galindo, who's tuned into the program. She says hi to all you folks in the chat room also. As we continue here on a Thursday afternoon, we stay in 1941 with this gal born Mildred Rinker. As she started recording in the 1930s, grew up in Idaho on an Idaho reservation, but she would move to Spokane, Washington with her family, first recording for the Brunswick label back in 1929. I've been featuring her tunes on the Decca record label with the Delta Rhythm Boys, who are backing her up on this one. This is her fifth release for the Decca label, recorded June 24th of 1941, released in August of 1941. Mildred Bailey and the Delta Rhythm Boys. It's called It's So Peaceful in the Country.
It's so peaceful in the country. It's so simple and quiet. You really ought to try it. You walk about and talk about the pleasant things in life. It's so restful in the country. It's the right kind of diet. You really ought to try it. You lie and dream beside a stream where daisies nod hello. City living is a pretty living. It's so full of unexpected unexpected thrill. But there's too much stone, too much telephone. There's too much of everything but trees and hills. It's so peaceful in the country. It's so simple and quiet. Someday you're bound to try it. The only place to be, the place for you and me, where it's peaceful in the country. The skyline of New York is a splendid sight. I know Chicago's loop is magical at night. The natives of Cleveland, of Frisco and Boston, and natives of cities a stranger gets lost in. All of them claim that their city's the best. From deep in the south and from out in the west, perhaps it's all true, but from my point of view,
it's so peaceful in the country. It's so simple and quiet. Someday you're bound to try it.
The only place to be, the place for you and me, where it's peaceful in the country.
That's August 1941 release there for Mildred Bailey and the Delta Rhythm Boys on the Decca record label. It's so peaceful in the country. Charlene, is that the truth? You can answer in the chat room. I can't consider where I live in Westchester County the country. It's the suburbs. I don't know about the suburbs, though. They're building a lot of stuff around here. But anyway, I digress. Let's move into 1942 now with this gal, born in Newport News, Virginia, this great singer, songwriter, and composer, sometimes referred to as the First Lady of Song, or I think they referred to her as the Queen of Jazz, and also Lady Ella. I'm talking about Ella Fitzgerald. Now, during her career, she would be backed up by a number of vocal groups, and one of those groups was known as the Four Keys, which included Arthur Peck Furness, John Slim Furness, William Furness, and Ernie Hatfield. They would later record as the Furness Brothers. I featured them on my Saturday night show. But here they are backing Ella Fitzgerald. Now, on this particular release, it also came out as the Keys, and that's how this one is. It's either the Four Keys or the Keys, but I have it as the Keys. That's how I own it. Let's go to May of 1942 on the Decca record banner, Ella Fitzgerald and the Keys. It's called Mama Come Home.
Oh, mama, please come home. Oh, mama, please come home. Oh, mama, come home with me now. Papa and me, we are hungry and how? You've been away since a 1:45, jumping around with that jitterbug crew. Papa's been mending the holes in his socks while you stick nickels in the jitterbug box.
Mama, come home.
Come home, come cook a chick.
Mama, come home.
Come on, you cook 'em slick.
Mama, come home.
Come on, but double quick. Mama, oh, mama, come home.
Mama, come home.
Come on, make with a steak.
Mama, come home.
Come on, bake with a cake.
Mama, come home.
Come on, give us a break. You've been away all day and that is why you hear me saying, Mama, oh, mama, come home with me, please. Gone are the crackers and gone are the cheese. Mama, oh, mama, the best thing to do saying that Pop is a jitterbug too. And he's so mad that the house really rocks. You'd better come and bring the jitterbug box.
Mama, oh mama, come home with me now. Papa and me are hungry and how? Do-da, do-da, do-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da, do-da-da-da-da-do-da-da-da. Mama, come home. Mama, come home. Mama, come home.
Mama, oh, mama, oh, mama, come home.
Mama, come home.
Leg with a steak.
Mama, come home.
Steak with a cake.
Mama, come home.
Please give us a break.
You've been away all day and that is why you hear me saying,
Mama, oh, mama, come home. Oh, mama, oh, mama, come home. Say, Pop is so mad that the house really rocks. You'd better come and bring the jitterbug box.
And when she says the jitterbug box, I guess that's a box of records, but that must be a heavy box if it's got 78s in it. There you go, May 1942. That's Ella Fitzgerald and the Keys, a.k.a. the Four Keys, a.k.a. the Furness Brothers on the Decca record label. Mama Come Home is the name of the tune. Johnny G is home. I am broadcasting from the attic in my home, and thank you all for being here. If you like what you're hearing, please give me a thumbs up. And also click that bell if you have not yet subscribed. You got to subscribe to the Vinyltreasure show. This is our third show the second show of the week. Our third show will be on Saturday night. Got some great records I'll be playing then. We'll play those by year as I play these 78s by year of release. And we are in the 1942 block with this group from St. Louis, Missouri. They signed with the Bluebird record label in 1942. They had 4 releases on Bluebird. This is their debut single. They recorded this up in Chicago on December 17th of 1941. Now, the group included Norval Taborn, Robert O'Neill, Raymond Grant Jr., and lead singer John Jordan. This one released in April of 42. It's their debut single on the Bluebird label. Give a listen to the Four Vagabonds. The Four Vagabonds on Bluebird Records. It's called Slow and Easy. The Four Vagabonds.
Take it slow and easy. You've got a long way to slide. So slow and easy. That solid jive is mellow. If you want to please me, rock me with rhythm and rhyme. So slow and easy. It's mugging time. I can cut a rug, I can jitterbug. I'm a killer, don't you know? But I like the blues when I'm in the mood. I can lay it when you play it slow. Let the music ease me. It's mighty mellow and fine. So slow and easy. Oh baby, take your time. Take it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow. Don't it slow, nice and easy.
Mama,
rock me with rhythm and rhyme. Whoa, 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 whoa. I can cut a rug,
Jack, but can you jitterbug?
I'm a killer, don't you know? We know. But I like the blues when I'm in the mood. I can lay it, Joe, when you play it slow. Let the music send me. It's mighty mellow and fine, oh my. So slow and easy. Oh baby, take your time. Take your time.
There you go. That one there from April 1942. They're the Four Vagabonds. John Jordan on lead with the Four Vagabonds on the Bluebird record label. Slow and easy, given his dance steps. I can cut a rug. Well, I don't know about my bad knees now, but I used to be able to cut a rug. It was funny when I went to my first Christmas party, and that was back, in 1980, back in 1980, when I was working for a company, Container Transport International, just a lowly staff accountant doing bank reconciliations. And I tell you, I was telling the story to somebody that was here. I guess I was able to drink alcohol. Well, not that I was a big alcohol drinker at that time. I was not. So I asked my father, I said, what should I drink at the party? He says, well, why don't you drink Scotch on the Rocks? I says, okay, I never had Scotch on the Rocks. I'll order that. What a mistake. It would have been better if I had, like a Shirley Temple or something, but that was too much. So I end up, my drink is 7 and 7, 7-Up and Seagram 7. That's what I like. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Thursday. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to to my YouTube channel. And if you have a request, I've been receiving some emails today on requests for future shows for the Soul Show that I do on Wednesday, or the 50s and early 60s show on Saturday. You can email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is a contact number. It's hard for me to take requests on the 78 show, although I do have them if I have time to check the database to see it, run it against the Excel files that I keep on all your requests. But sometimes I do. Casey Hines in Paris gave me, not really an extensive list, but he did give me a list. So sometimes if you hear me say requests, it's either flip sides from the show before, or I do recall. Sometimes with so many records that I'm featuring here on the program, I don't. But let us continue now. And let's move up 2 years now to 1944 with this singer from Brinkley, Arkansas, born July 8th of 1908, singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist. I think he played the sax, I think. But he was also a band leader. His name, Louis Jordan, along with his group called the Tympany Five. It's a tune, this tune written by Johnny Mercer. Do you know who Johnny Mercer is? He was a great writer of tunes, but he was also the founder back in 1942 of the Capitol record label. Okay, this one from April 44, Louis Jordan and his Tympany Five on the Decca label. It's called G.I. Jive.
PFC, the CPL, the FGT, the LT, CP, the OD, the MP makes you do cat beat. It's a G.I. Jive, man alive. It starts with a bugle blowing reveille over your bed when you arrive. Hey, Jack, that's a G.I. Jive. roodly toot, jump in your suit, make a salute. Arrivoot, after you wash and dress, more or less, you go get your breakfast from a beautiful little cafe they call the Mess. Hey, Jack, when you convalesce out of your seat into the street, make with your feet or read. If you're PBT, your duty is to salute the L-I-E-U-T. But if you brush the L-I-E-U-T, the MP makes you KP on the QT. It's just a G.I. jive, man alive. They give you a private tank that features a little device called fluid drive. Hey, Jack, after you revive, chunk all your junk back in your trunk, fall on your bunk, clunk. Jive, man alive. They give you a private tank that features a little device called fluid drive. Hey, Jack, after you revive, chunk all your junk back in your trunk, fall on your bum, clunk. If you're PFP and you fail to salute the LT, the MP makes you KP on the QT. Then you go to sleep before you count to 5. But when you wake up in the morning, you'll have to do the G.I. jive.
Yeah, that's during wartime here. This release, April 1944, Louis Jordan and his Tympany 5 on the Decca record label. G.I. Jive is the name of the tune. That's a pretty cool record, I have to say. Johnny G gives no jive here on a Thursday afternoon. Thank you all for being here. It's 26 and cloudy here. It was cold last night. The boiler was really cranking up here, but hopefully it'll be getting a little bit warmer. Let us continue here, and we move into 1945 now for this next artist, originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now, on the last 78 show, I featured Billy Eckstine, his 8th of 22 releases on Al Green's national label. The song was called Jelly Jelly. Here's his first release for the national label. Now, this tune written by Willard Robinson and Larry Conley. Now, this song published back in 1929 and recorded by over 100 performers recorded this tune. This first came out in 1930 by a group called the Revellers, R-E-V-E-L-E-R-S, Revelers, I guess that's how you say it. And the song is called A Cottage for Sale. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Billy Eckstine's version, and then I'm going to play a version right after it. I'm not going to say anything. This female singer from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, it came out on Larry Newton's Derby label out of New York City. It was her third of 6 on the Derby label, and it's released in September of 51. It's her name, Bette McLaurin. So first we're going to hear Billy Eckstine's version, then we're going to hear Bette McLaurin's version from September 51, and it's with the with the Eddie Wilcox Orchestra. So we'll do a comparison, and you can say which one you like better. Now, this National is rough. The Derby record, which is from '51, is a lot cleaner sounding shellac. But up first, July 45, Billy Eckstine on the National label, his rendition of the tune "A Cottage for Sale."
Little dream castle with every dream gone is lonely and silent, the shades are all drawn. My heart is heavy as I gaze upon a cottage for sale. The lawn we were proud of is blowing in hay. Our little dream garden has withered away. Where you planted roses, the weeds seem to say, a cottage for sale. Through every single window, I see your face. But when I reach that window, there's empty space. The keys in the mailbox, the same as before, but no one is waiting for me anymore. The end of my story is told on the door. A cottage built for me and you will never be a dream come true. The leaves are on the ground, all the shades are down. It's a cottage for sale.
Dream gone is lonely and silent. The shades are all drawn. My heart is heavy as I gaze upon a cottage for sale. The lawn we were proud of is growing in hay. Our little dream garden has withered away. Where we planted roses, we'd seem to say, a cottage for sale. on the door a cottage for sale. My story is told on the door. A cottage for
There you go, a comparison there of that tune, A Cottage for Sale. That's that one there from released in September of 1951 with Nice Clean Shellac on the Derby label. The Betty McLaurin on Derby with Cottage for Sale. And then prior to that, on that recycled shellac on the National Record label from July 45, Billy Eckstine and his rendition of the tune, A Cottage for Sale. Johnny G has, well, I have some 45s for sale, or maybe some 78s too, but I don't know, if I get to it, I do have tons and tons of duplicates, and some rarities too in my collection, but anyway, been collecting for a long, long time. Not so much on the 78s, I would pick them up, when I would get, they wouldn't, well, some people would offer them to me. I'm definitely looking for more of the vocal group styles from the mid-1950s of stuff I didn't have on 45, because sometimes you just can't find the 45s. And they really sound excellent, the mid-1950s 78s. They do. If you have the right equipment, it sounds pretty nice, but sometimes with the recycled vinyl, not so nice. You get the same thing on 45s too, by the way. But let us continue here. And up next, this a quartet by the name of the Four Blues. They included Joseph Gardner. He was the piano, and he's on piano and vibes. James Doc Starks, the bassist and trombone. Gan Zetter, if I said that right, Gan Zetter Thompson Jr., electric guitar, and the main vocalist here, Baxter Joseph White. Now, they first recorded for the Decca label back in 1941, but they would sign with David and Jules Braun's Deluxe Records, which was out of Linden, New Jersey, and this is the label that Sid Nathan would purchase and would become a subsidiary of King Records. And but before all those Deluxe Records on King, with Sid Nathan, they were the label was out of Linden, New Jersey. It was called Deluxe Records. Now, this song was recorded April of 1945, but released that December. It's the group's sixth release for the Deluxe label. Now, this record, this specific 78, comes out two ways. I think first as the Four Blues, but then came out as the Golden Echo Quartet, and that's how I have it. This one from December of 45, the Golden Echo Quartet, aka the Four Blues, on Deluxe Records. It's called Study War No Mo, is how it's spelled.
Lay down your burden, glory to the Lord. Study one Gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. No. Study war no more. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Have mercy. Study war no more.
Lord, Lord,
Study war no more. I'm gonna lay down my spurs and my shield and my sword. I'm gonna try on my wings given me by the Lord. I'm gonna get me a crown all setting down to go. For the spirit of our Jesus always just and bold. No more, no more, no more, no more, no more. Study war no more. No more, no more, no more, no more, no more. Study war no more. No more sorrows, no more troubles, no more aches and pain. No more struggling in the storm, no more wind and rain. When I get to the Lord's heaven, I'll just sing amen. Shout glory, hallelujah, Lord, I'm home again. Study war no more, no more. Study war no more, no more. Study war no more. Study war no more, no more. Study war no more, no more. Study war no more. Oh Lordy, when I get to heaven, I'm gonna set you right down. I'm gonna ask my good Lord for a starry crown. And soon as I get to heaven, I'm gonna easy, cause me and my good Lord is gonna do as we please. Study war no more, no more. Study war no more, no more. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Gonna study war no more. Study war no more.
There you go, December 1945 release there. I have it as the Golden Echo Quartet, a.k.a. the Four Blues, the name of the group. It's on the Deluxe record label out of Linden, New Jersey. Study War No More, is supposed to say, but it says M-O apostrophe. Study War No More. Johnny G here on a Thursday. We are moving into the 1946 now, as we give a listen to Deak Watson and his Brown Dots. They signed with Irving Berman's Manor Records, which was out of Newark, New Jersey. Now, this is the group's 7th release on the Manor label. At this time, the group included Pat Best, Jimmy Gordon, Deak Watson, and the lead singer on this is Jimmy Nabby. Let's go to June of 1946 now on the Manor label for Deak Watson and his Brown Dots. The tune is called If I Can't Have You.
Got me lots of clothes, smartest spies in town. See the best of shows, still I wear a frown. 'Cause what good is living the way that I'm living? Baby, if I can't have you. Travel everywhere, live in luxury. People stop and stare, how they envy me. But what good is living the way that I'm living? Baby, if I can't have you. I've got the time to do things. I've seen the places I've been dreaming of. And what's the good of new things without the one I love? Well, I got a lot of clothes from the smartest shops in town. Seen the best of shows and it still bring me down. What's the good of living the way that I'm living? Baby, if I can't have you. Bought a brand new car, the best in the land. Champagne and caviar just rolls from my hand. What's the use of living the way
way that I'm living. Baby, if I can't have you,
I've got the time,
got the time
to do things,
to do things
I've seen the places I've been dreaming of,
dreaming of.
And what's the good?
What's the good
of new things?
Of new things
without the one I love?
For a brand new car, nothing but the best. Champagne, caviar, yes, you know the rest. What's the use of living the way that I'm living? Baby, if I can't have you. Baby, if I can't have you.
Yeah, sounds of 1946 here on the Vinyltreasure Show. That's Deak Watson and his Brown Dots. June 1946 release on the Manor label, If I Can't Have You is the name of the tune. That's Jimmy Nabby on lead for that one. Got one more out of the year 1946. This is a flip side from the last 78 show. Featured this group from Hampton, Virginia, the B-side to their first release for the RCA record label. It was called That Chick's Too Young to Fry. But let's give a spin to the intended A-side. This was their first of 20 on the RCA record label. It features Harry Douglas on lead. Let's give a listen to the Deep River Boys. The Deep River Boys from April 46. It's called The Story of E. Baba Lee Bob. The Deep River Boys.
There's a brand new style of singing, and it's spreading like the wind. If you haven't tried it, you might as well begin. You can have blues, scat, and crooning. They are all quite obsolete. So dig this future jive if you really want to be all right. Hey, everybody is coming on with E-bobbly bob, he-bobbly bob, he-bobbly bob. A jukebox jumping from dusk to dawn with E-bobbly bob, E-bobbly bob, E-bobbly bob. I don't know the way it started, nor when it first began, but it's a kick that seems to click with each and every man. So pucker up and let's all together E-bobbly bob. It's a riff that's new, and you can do it too. Hey, he-bobbly bob, he-bobbly bob, he-bobbly bob, he-bobbly bob, hey, he-bobbly bob, he-bobbly bob, he-bobbly bob, he-bobbly bob. Now I don't know the way it started, nor when it first began, but it's a kick that seems to click with each and every man. So pucker up and let's all together E-bobbly bob. It's a riff that's new, and you can do it too, and you can do it too.
There you go, April 1946 release there. Johnny G here. for the Deep River Boys. Deep River Boys from April 46 on the RCA record label, The Story of E. Baba Lee Bob. Johnny G here. On a Thursday, this is your history lesson, Black History Month here for the month of February. And this music here, so inspirational, I have to say, at least for me. I've always, going back to my Aunt Mary got me started, really not in the, she was a teenager in the early 1950s, and probably remember her first record was a '78 by the Penguins called Earth Angel. That was her first record that she ever bought. But then from there, she went on to all these other vocal groups. And so when I was very small, she would play these records for me. And when she would go to school, she was class of 1961. My Uncle Philip would play the records for me. Now, of course, he didn't know how to put those metal inserts in the 45s. He would break them in half. Now, I don't know what happened to her 78s. She didn't have that many. She had maybe about 10 78s. But I think because they got that new 1954 RCA console with the draw. And it was a 3-speed. I think it even had 16. Somebody mentioned about 16 speed there in the chat room. But again, this music here, it's actually so moving. I'm passionate about the music, as you can tell. Many people are passionate about this music. That's why I do this. I spend a lot of time on preparing for this show and all the shows that I do. So I just want to thank you all for your kind comments about the show and your emails. Very inspiring for me to continue doing it. So, and I tell you guys and gals all the time that you tell me, so I really don't know what else to say, but I have never thought my life would be so busy at this stage in my life, but it is. But I didn't want to give up the show. It's really my, only time I really get away from all the other problems and things that are happening at the time, also out in the world and in my life. So this music is very a relaxing and soothing. It always has been for me. So I hope you enjoy the show, and I hope you consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Now let's continue here as we move up 2 years to 1948 now. With the Four Tunes. Now, the majority of their releases came out on Irving Berman's Manor label out of Newark, but Berman sold 4 masters to Columbia, and where they were released in November of 1948, and the sound quality is so much better because the shellac is so much better, the pressings, This was the group's first of 2 released, and on this one they are backing up Savannah Churchill, and this is from November of 1948. It's Savannah Churchill and the Four Tunes on the Columbia label. This was recorded for Manor Records in Newark, New Jersey. The song is called "The Best of Friends." Savannah Churchill and the Four Tunes.
The best of friends, I'm the one you tell your troubles to. The best of friends, when there's someone else who makes you blue. You turn to me for sympathy whenever the teardrops start. You want my shoulder to cry on when I want to give you my heart. I hang around, kind of hoping that you'll learn to care. But now I've found I'm so near that you don't know I'm there. I may be wrong, but I'll string along story ends. We'll make the best of sweethearts out of the best of friends.
I hang around, kinda hoping that you learn to care. But now I found I'm so near that you don't even know I'm there.
I may be wrong, but I'll string along.
And when the story ends,
we'll make the best of sweethearts
out of the best of friends.
There you go, Savannah Churchill there with the four tunes. It's on the Columbia record banner there, November 1948 release. The Best of Friends is the name of the tune, and they recorded that for the Manor folks and leased it out to the Columbia record label. Let us continue as we move into 1949 now. Let's go back to Al Green's national label this time with The Sound of the Ravens. They had 21 releases for the national label, and on the last show, I featured their 12th from December of 48 called Always, with Jimmy Ricks, the big bass lead. Jimmy Ricks on lead. He's also doing lead on this tune, a song that he co-wrote. This is the group's 16th release for the national label. It was recorded in June of 49, released in September of 49. We'll send this one out to listener Tony Barcia in our YouTube chat room, a big 78 collector back in the day. These are the Ravens on the national record label. It's called If You Didn't Mean It, the Ravens.
If you didn't mean it, why didn't you tell me? For I was sincere and thought you were dear. If you didn't mean it, why didn't you stop me? You could have saved me heartache for many a year. You see, I wasn't smart. Yes, I thought from the start that you meant what I heard you say, that with playing you were through. You had found somebody who you could tell your troubles to, but not a word you said, dear, ever was true. Why didn't you tell me instead of making me blue?
You see, I wasn't smart. Yes, I thought from the start
that you meant what I heard you say,
that with playing you were through. You had found someone who
you could tell your troubles to, but not a word you said, dear, ever was true. Why didn't you tell me instead of making me blue?
That's the bass man on lead there, Jimmy Ricks and the Ravens, from September 1949. That's on the National record label. That National playing not so bad, I have to say. The Ravens there. If You Didn't Mean It. What a great tune that is. We'll send that one out to Tony Barcia in our YouTube chat room. Let's move into 1950 now with this singer from Kirbyville, Texas, his vocalist composer. First recording back in 1933, a cylinder record for the Library of Congress in, is it Weirgal, Texas, Charlene? If I said that right, maybe I typed it wrong. But he had 18 top 10 hits on the R&B chart and lots of other ones too. Now, 4 of those 18 were number 1 R&B hits. And I think his first one was a song called Pretty Mama Blues. That came out on the Pacific label in 1948. I think I have one record by him in the collection somewhere, but it's trashed. You know, it's unfortunate. I have a lot of trash 78s that I can't feature because they're too bad. They are too bad, and they don't sound good. I really can't play them. Another one that was a hit for him, a number 1 hit, was on MGM in 1950. Prior to this release, I Almost Lost My Mind, which of course he would re-record for Atlantic Records. And then a later one, I'm not going to talk about this one because this was a major hit for him also. Then he had another big number 1 R&B hit in 1956 for Atlantic. It was called Since I Met You Baby. But this was his second number 1 hit for MGM, and it's a song he wrote. This song covered by so many artists. I have some of them. Don Cornell, the Orioles did this. Don Cherry, a rare one that I have featured on the Saturday night show. A lot of people looking for the Bobby James and the Four Buddies version of this tune on the Club 51 label, but I have a nice copy. Picked out. Had to meet the guy over in Montvale, New Jersey. I drove across the river. We did a cash exchange. Had a lot of cool mint 45s, and that was one of them. It wasn't, well, I should say, got it at a real good price too. Who else did this? Johnny Oliver, Joni James recorded this. Elvis Presley, Clyde McPhatter, Ted Taylor, Conway Twitty, Betty Everett, Irma Thomas, Dean Barlow did this. Della Reese, Chuck Jackson, and Maxine Brown did it in 65. Demita Joe also, and Lenny Welch and others recorded this. But Tony Barcia said it. This is the first and original written by this singer. His name is Ivory Joe Hunter, from April 1950 on the MGM record label. The original version of I Need You So, Ivory Joe Hunter.
I need you so to keep me happy. If I can't have you, I cannot go on. I need your arms around me tightly. Yes, I miss them nightly when you're not at home. When day is done, I miss you so. I lie and wait to hear your knock upon the door. When you leave me, try not to worry. Come back in a hurry, 'cause I need you so. When day is done, I miss you so. I long to hear your little knock upon the door. When you leave me, I try not to worry. Come back in a hurry, 'cause I need you so.
Yeah, that's Ivory Joe Hunter. That's got some pops. I got a better copy somewhere. I think down in the no humidity basement. That was just up here. I cleaned it. It was in a box that I saw there. I said, I like this song. I just like the song in general. But that is the original there from April 1950. A big #1 R&B hit for him, too. Ivory Joe Hunter on the MGM record label. I Need You So is the name of the tune. Johnny G Needs You So to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not yet done so. Thank you all for being a part of this program, and tell your friends about the program here. I do this show every couple weeks here because it takes me a while to prepare for this show, as I'm also preparing for the 60s show in the meantime. As we continue here, we are in the year 1950, and we go out to Baltimore, Maryland for the sound of the Orioles. On the last 78 show, I featured their 12th release on Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label, a song called You've Gone, which was not issued on a 45. It only came out on a 78, at least back in the day, as was the case with their 11th release, only on a 78. You won't find this on a 45, not an original, but it features the great Sonny Till on lead. This one's a little rough. Some of the Jubilees can be rough with the pressings, but it's from May of 1950, the Orioles on Jubilee Records. The song is called Moonlight.
Moonlight, flirting above with the clouds, watching the lovers make vows. It brings back memories. Moonlight, throwing its light down below, making the dark shadows glow, and with the night so young, the moon, they sing its tender charm, making the waters warm. What a night for love. Moonlight, shining upon every star, lovers have drifted apart to bring the end of day.
night, girl, what a night for love. Well, moonlight shining upon every star, lovers have drifted afar to bring the end of day.
Sonny Till and the Orioles there out of Baltimore, Maryland. That's May 1950 release. When I say that was their 11th release for Jerry Blaine's Jubilee, not Josie, although Jerry Blaine did own Josie Records. That's on Jubilee. Moonlight is the name of the tune. And we remain in the year 1960. This singer, born in Columbus, Ohio, first sang gospel. And in 1949, he would sign with Fred Mendelssohn's Regal Records, which was out of Linden, New Jersey. He would have 7 releases on the Regal label. Featured his second release on the December 26th show, a song called For You My Love. Let's give a listen to his 4th release, and this song written by Howard Biggs and Fred Madison from June of 1950. Let's give a listen to Larry Darnell. Larry Darnell on the Regal label. It's called My Kind of Baby. Larry Darnell.
I had a dream other night. I dreamed about you, everything was alright. You're my kind of baby. Yes, you're my kind of baby. You're my kind of baby, and I love you all the time. You're never mean, you're never cross. I'll give you what you want, no matter what it costs. You're my kind of baby. Yes, you're my kind of baby. You're my kind of baby, and I love you all the time. I feel big and borrow a lot for you, 'cause you're my kind of baby. Yes, you're my kind of baby. You're my kind of baby, and I love you all the time. I don't need nobody else. I know you're mine, 'cause you told me yourself that you're my kind of baby. Yes, you're my kind of baby. You're my kind of baby, and I love you all the time.
Yeah, great R&B here on the Vinyltreasure All 78 show. That's Larry Darnell. June 1950 release on the Regal record label, My Kind of Baby. John G ain't bashful to play rhythm and blues single artists here on the program, even though I do lean groups. Thank you, Tony Barcia, for that. And I try to be a little bit different than a lot of the other vocal group shows, and different because a lot of it takes a lot of time to put together the research, and sometimes people just don't have the time to do it. You can talk to Charlene about that because she knows all about putting together the research. But thank you all for being here. Let's move into the year 1951 with the great sound of the Jubilaires. First recording for Decca back in 1944, but they would sign with Capitol Records in 1949, had 7 releases on the Capitol label. I played both sides of their second release. I think the first side was last December, St. Louis Blues, and I think a week later I played the other side, or a couple weeks later, called It Ain't What You Want That Does You Good. And that was from September of 1949. This was their 5th release on the Capitol record label. I want to send this one out to listener Bill Olb in New Jersey. He introduced me to this tune from July 51. He has this on a 45. It was once known not to exist on a 45. And I have a promo 78. Spence sold me this 78 many, many moons ago. The Jubilaires from July 51, going out to Bill Olb. It's called Rain is the Teardrops of Angels, for Bill Olb.
They say that rain is the teardrops of the angels who cry whenever someone is blue.
Someone is blue, 'cause rain
is the teardrops of the angels,
sweet little angels,
and teardrops would start if you broke my heart. Love is the sunshine from heaven, when angels smile and skies all turn blue, turn blue. For if the angels heard you whisper that your love was mine, I'll bet the sun would always shine. They say that love
is the sunshine of angels. When angels smile, then the skies turn blue.
Turn blue. And if the angels heard you whisper that your love was mine, I bet the sun would always shine, shine, shine.
Yeah, that has tremendous sound quality. I don't know if that's a flexi. That might it's like light shellac. And if you're going to collect 78s, what you really want are the promos, especially the vinyl promos, because they sound the best, and that one really does sound great. Those are the Jubilaires. Jubilaires from July 51 on the Capitol record label. Rain is the Teardrops of Angels. We'll send that one out to listener Bill Obe, also to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. And we're going to play the flip side of that on the next 78 show. What a great tune that is. Let us continue here in the year 1951, and this singer, a singer from Knoxville, Tennessee, but he grew up in Kingsport, Tennessee. His real name was Granville Henry McGee, but his nickname was Stick. And because his nickname was Stick, because he used a stick to push a wagon carrying his older brother. His name was Brownie McGee, and his brother he contracted polio, and we'll hear from Brownie McGee in a little bit, in about 3 or 4 records from here. But his brother signed with Atlantic Records in 1949, had 9 releases on the Atlantic label. Let's give a listen to his 7th release. This is a song he wrote. This came out in May of 1951. It's Stick McGee and His Buddies on the Atlantic label. It's called One Monkey Don't Stop the Show. Didn't I play that for Tommy Hammond last night? But okay, Stick McGee and His Buddies on Atlantic. One Monkey Don't Stop the Show. Here you go.
You wanna get rich, you got to get out and dig. You want long hair, go buy yourself a wig. Please believe me, gonna tell it to you slow. It's a real true saying, one monkey won't stop no show. You can live in the country, you can come to town. What goes up is bound to come down. Please believe me, gonna tell it to you slow. Well, pick up on what I'm saying, one monkey won't stop no show. You can travel by bus, you can come by train. Travel by thumb, but you will get there just the same. Please believe me, gonna tell it to you slow. Yeah, dig what I'm saying, one monkey won't stop no show. Tell it to you slow. Well, pick up on what I'm saying, one monkey won't stop no show.
Johnny G getting caught here on the Vinyltreasure show. Let's just take 1 second here to get this going. Yes, there you go. There you go. That's a cool tune. Stick McGee and His Buddies from May of 1951. That's on the Atlantic record banner. One Monkey Don't Stop No Show. Don't Stop the Show is the name of that tune. What I say, that was his 7th of 9 for the Atlantic record label. Talking about Billie Holiday, I played one on a 78. I think I have another one. Was she on MGM? I think I have a 45 of her on MGM. But yes, Big Dave Swinger, I do have a single, but it's on Atlantic. It's a 45. It's not a 78. I got to look through the collection again to see, but I filed back the her Columbia release. Actually, I think both sides are good. I'll pull that out for the next show for Bust the Bass. But let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure show. Let's move into 1952 now as we go to Harlem, New York for this group. And this is on Eddie Heller's Rainbow record label. This was not on a 45. This one only came out on a 78. This is their second release on the Rainbow record label. And it features Wilbur Yankee Paul on lead. No, I'm sorry, that's on the flip side. This side features James Papa Clark on lead. Sorry about that, because I copied in the data for the flip side, which is called $19.50 Bus. But we're going to hear the ballad side from June of 1952. These are the Five Crowns. Five Crowns on the Rainbow label. It's called Who Can Be True, the Five Crowns.
Well, who can be true, truer than you, who makes me blue, bluer than you? Why must we part? Why must I grieve when in my heart I want to believe? Please tell me, who can be true, true, true? Well, you've gone away, and all I do is pray. Will you return? And in my heart I yearn. Who can be true? Speak from above when in my heart it's you I love. Please tell me, who can be true, true blue?
Well, you gone far away, but all I do is pray. When will you return? Here in my heart I yearn.
Who can be true, true? Speak from above when in my heart it's you I love. Please tell me, who can be
As June 1952, there, that's 78, pretty clean, sounding good, the Five Crowns. That's James Papa Clark on lead, their second of four on Eddie Heller's Rainbow Records. That's not on a 45, not an original. You can probably get the bootleg of that on a or the repro on a 45, but that's Who Can Be True. Those are the Five Crowns. Let us continue here. We are in the year 1952. This is a flip side from the last 78 show. by the King Odum 4, and the side I played on the last show was a song called Lucky. This is the flip side. Let's give it a spin before it goes back down in the no humidity basement. This features David Odum on lead. It's with Dick Jacobs and his orchestra from March 52, the King Odum 4 on Abbey Records. It's called Don't Trade Your Love for Gold, the King Odum 4.
Don't trade your love for gold, my darling, or you may buy a million tears. Don't trade your love for gold may vanish, but my love will be constant through the years. A diamond ring on every finger may never bring joy unto your heart. My simple ring placed upon your finger means I'm yours till death do us part. No one can say how much to pay, dear, for hearts cannot be bought or sold. So trade your love for mine, my darling. But my darling, don't trade your love for gold. A diamond ring on every finger may never bring joy unto your heart. My simple ring placed upon your finger means I'm yours till death do us part. One can say how much to pay, dear, for hearts cannot be bought or sold. So trade your love for mine, my darling. But my darling, don't trade your love for gold. Don't trade your love for gold.
That's March 1952 release there for the King Odum 4. King Odum 4, that is a David Odum. He's the lead singer on that. That's on the Abbey record label. Don't Trade Your Love for Gold is the name of the tune. Gold is selling for a lot of money now. It's a commodity. What is it, snowing outside? It's snowing here in Westchester County, New York. That can't be. That's not good. Let us continue here. We are in the year 1952. Now, a couple of 78s ago, we heard from this singer's younger brother, Stick McGee. And on the last 78 show, I featured a release he had on Bob and Morty Shad's Jack's Records. Was called A Letter to Lightning Hopkins. So let's give a spin to the flip side before it goes back down in the no humidity basement blues here on the Vinyltreasure show from 1952. Brownie McGee and the Blockbusters. It's on Jack's Records, Jax Records. It's called Smiling and Crying Blues.
Smile and the world will smile with you. Cry and you cry alone. Smile and the world will smile with you. Cry and you cry alone. Well, I lay down laughing. Wake up, my smile is gone. I don't believe nobody. Well, it's God got no blues like mine. I don't believe nobody. Well, it's got no blues like mine. Well, I've got a new kind of blues. Well, I'm the naughty crying kind. Take it now, sonny boy. Break the law. Well, stealing ain't legal, but I'm going to break the law. I'm gonna take everything that ain't nailed down till I get what I've been looking for. I'm through begging and crying. No more crying after you're gone. I'm through pleading and begging. No more crying after you're gone. I've got your places filled. Sail on, little girl, sail on.
Yeah, we got the smiling and crying blues here for a Thursday afternoon with this snow coming down here. That's Brownie McGee and the Blockbusters from 1952 on the Jack's record label. Smilin' and Cryin' Blues is the name of the tune. Let's move into 1953 with a flip side from the last 78 show. Featured this gal born Ruth Lee Jones on August 29th of, I didn't get the date here, 1914? I don't know, can't be. Johnny G messed that up. And she was married. I mentioned that she was married 8 times, and she began recording back in 1944, and she signed with Mercury Records in 1946. Played the side last week called TV Is the Thing. Came out in September of 1953 on the Mercury record label. But the flip side is very interesting, as I don't know if I can, well, I guess Johnny G could be considered, I'm not a daddy, but I could be considered fat, I could say. Well, her song is called Fat Daddy, and this is Dinah Washington. Dinah Washington singing about her fat daddy from September 1953 on the Mercury record label. Let's give a listen. Dinah Washington. It's called Fat Daddy.
A fat daddy, bring it home to me. Fat daddy, bring it home to me. Yes, I'm blue, cold, and in misery. I've been walking around all day looking for you, baby. I've been walking around all day looking for you, sweet thing. I walked the streets till my feet got sore. Cried and cried, I can't cry no more. Fat daddy, bring it home to me. Fat daddy, you've been gone too long. Fat daddy, you've been gone too long. Yes, I found out that I done you wrong. I've been walking around all day and looking for you, baby. I've been walking around all day looking for you, sweet thing. I got men who are younger and handsome too, but they just don't move me like you do, Fat Daddy. Please come back to me. I need your loving every night. Need your arms to hold me tight. You're fat and 40 and over the hill, but you're my meat and I love you still, Fat Daddy. Bring it home to me. 'Cause I'm blue, cold, and in misery. Said Long John claims to be your pal, but he's been trying to steal your gal. Told Long John to his face, ain't no man can take your place, Fat Daddy. Bring it home to me. 'Cause I'm blue and cold and in misery.
There you go, September 1953 there, Miss Dinah Washington. That's the flip side of TV Is the Thing this year. Song entitled Fat Daddy that's on the Mercury record label. I have that on a nice 45 too, but I had the 78. I figured I'd feature the 78 here on a Thursday afternoon. Let's continue here and let's move into 1954 now. This is the debut single for this group from Atlanta, Georgia. It's their first of 3 on the Mercury record label, and a tune written by Clyde Otis and Leroy Kirkland. It features Dodd Hicks on lead. Let's go to November of 1954 for the sound of the Cashmeres. The Cashmeres on the Mercury label. It's called My Sentimental Heart.
My sentimental heart is a full and yet my sentimental heart won't let me forget.
That's November 1954 there. That's the debut single for the Cashmeres on the Mercury record label, a song I first heard on the Time Capsule show. We'll send that one out to Joe Marchesani. He was one of the co-hosts of the Time Capsule show, the Cashmeres. That is with Dodd Hicks on lead, My Sentimental Heart. They would have one more release on the Herald record label. I think I have that on the 78. I have a nice mint 45 too of that. And they also recorded as the Marktones on the Ember record label. And yes, the Cashmeres with a K, as Tony Barcia mentions. And that's a great tune also, which I don't have on a 78, but I have a nice mint 45 of that. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasures show, we stay in 1954 with the Flipside request from the last 78 show. This by Fay Adams, played her 5th of 14 on Al Silver's Herald Records. The tune was called Ain't Gonna Tell, and she had the Five Willows backing her up on that tune. She was the little gal with the big voice, as Alan Freed would call her. And this is the flip side of that song, that 78, and no vocal group though, but it's with Joe Morris and the orchestra from August 54. Let's give a listen to Fay Adams. Fay Adams on Herald Records. It's called It Hurts Me to My Heart. Fay Adams.
I swear it hurts me to my heart to have to break this news to you. I hate to say that we must part, but I have found somebody new. I wish I knew some other way. Instead of telling you myself, it hurts me to my heart to say that I'm in love with someone else. You put your confidence in me, and now I've gone and let you down. I really wish that it would be just the other way around. I'm very sorry we must part. I hate to say goodbye to you. You know it hurts me to my heart, but I'm in love with someone new. You did the best that you could do. That's why it hurts me to my heart to have to say goodbye to you.
That's August 1954 release there for Fay Adams. Fay Adams on the Herald record banner. It Hurts Me to My Heart is the name of the tune. John G's going to get his heart checked out in, I think I have to go on actually it's a Wednesday. I got to go in the morning to get it checked out, just to get it checked. act is what I gotta do. But anyway, let us continue here. We are in the year 1954. Featured this group on the last 78 show, backing up Barbara Gale, talking about the Larks. And after the Larks broke up, the group from Apollo Records, Gene Mumford, would join the Golden Gate Quartet, but then he decided to reform the group and created a second Larks group and returned to Apollo Records, Bess Berman's Apollo label, but they put their singles out on the subsidiary Lloyd's Records. This was the group's first. It features Gene Mumford on lead from March of 1954. These are the Larks on the Lloyd's label. It's called Rockin' in the Rocket Room. We'll send this one out to UK listener Indrajit Advani.
Rockin' in the rocket room. She been rockin' in the rocket room. She been rockin' in the rocket room. You smiling Jack out with your Jill, a cutie eyes, so boy, what a thrill. Rockin' in the rocket room. Well, rockin' in the rocket room. There's no need to broom when you're walking in the rocket room. Well, you hold her close, she's high octane, a truly supersonic Jane. You're rocking in the rocket room. Well, rocking in the rocket room. There's no need to broom when you're rocking in the rocket room.
High, a non-stop flight right up through the sky, rockin', yes, rockin' in the rocket. Well, that's what happens when you're rockin' in the rocket. Rockin' in the rocket room. She been rockin', well, rockin' in the rocket room. Rocket room.
As Gene Mumford and the Larks there, their first release on the Lloyd's record label. That one they're going out to Indrajit Advani. We'll send it out to Bill Schmaltz in our YouTube chat room. He likes that too. You know, when you hear a record, you like it from the beginning. You don't have to go anymore. I used to test the records, and right off the bat, you know, you listen to it and you say, oh, okay, that's it. Put it to the side. I like it, or I don't like it. But there you go. March 1954, the Larks with Rockin' in the Rocket Room, as we do here up in the attic 3 times a week here. Well, this week it's 3 times a week. I'll be back on Saturday evening beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, so mark your calendars. Actually, you can go to the... I set up a promo. I should have I really should have copied that other one that I did last night. I should do that ahead of time. I try to get because sometimes I'll forget and it won't be there. So, and Johnny G messes up. But anyway, I'll be back Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. For 1950s and early 60s vocal group and R&B 45s as requested by you, the listener. This is we were here last night with the Soul Show. Had a big turnout on that show. Thank you all. Doing well for today's show on a Thursday afternoon. Let us continue here in 1954. Another flip side from the last 78 show as we head to Detroit, Michigan, and played the A-side of this, a song called Work With Me, Annie. Featured it as the Royals, formerly the Midnighters, on Sid Nathan's Federal record label from February of 54. Featured Hank Ballard on lead. He also wrote the tune. He also wrote the B-side of the 78. See, Johnny G's got 45s on his mind. But somebody asked me a question in the chat room. Oh, Charles Baker. Takes practice, Charles, to put him on the turntable. You just kind of know where to center it. So, and I do. But these are the Royals. This is the flip side of Work With Me, Annie, tune written by the lead singer Hank Ballard from February 54. The song is called Until I Die, the Royals.
I did you wrong and drove you away. Oh, now I just can't go on this way. In my heart I've suffered so, all because I made you go. I have a feeling now, deep down inside, a feeling I know I'll never hide. I need your loving, darling. I'll love you, yeah, till I die. Please, 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 won't you hurry, hurry home right now, baby, I'm calling you. If you I'll never do you wrong no more. I'll follow you to your grave. Darling, you left me way, way too soon. You're here in my your loving, darling, I love you, yeah, till I die.
B-sides here on the Vinyltreasure Show. There you go. That's Hank Ballard and the Royals, a.k.a. the Midnighters. They were first known as the Royals because the 5 Royales were signed to the King record label. Sid Nathan said, we can't, it's too close. We don't want to confuse the young teenagers out there. February 54, the Royals on the Federal label. It's called Until I Die. That's the flip side of Work With Me, Annie. And we have one more in the year 1954, and it is a flip side from the last 78 show. This group out of New Orleans, Louisiana, had 16 releases on Lou Chudd's Imperial record label, and this is their debut single on the Imperial label, and I played the B-side of it, a song called You're the One, but this is the hit side. It was a big number 3 Billboard R&B hit, and it features Chuck Carbo on lead from January 54. Here are the Spiders on Imperial, and this is the hit side. It's called I Didn't Want to Do It. The Spiders.
Fine mellow mama came knocking on my front door. Hips shaking, mama wanted rocking and reeling slow. But I didn't want to do it. No, I didn't want to do it. No, I didn't want to do it. But she moves me so. She called me her loving daddy, held me oh so tight, squeezed and teased and thrilled me all through the night. But I didn't want to do it. No, I didn't want to do it. No, I tried not to do it, but she sends me so.
Says, Daddy, I wanna roll. Daddy, I wanna rock. Rocking and rolling all around the clock.
I didn't want to do it, tried not to do it, but she wasn't with it, so I had to get it. I didn't want to do it, but she waits me so. She had to go. Baby looked up and told me, Dad, I want to rock some more. But I didn't want to do it. No, I tried not to do it. No, I didn't want to do it, but she thrills me so. My baby, my baby thrills me so.
Yeah, they're out of New Orleans, Louisiana. That's the sound of the Spiders there. Who wants to be called the Spiders? You're going to scare all the girls if you're called the Spiders. You know, in the 1950s, didn't they used to, weren't there a bunch of those B horror movies with the tarantula spiders? I think those B movies are pretty cool. It kind of brings me back to a cool time when I was a young kid. Used to get scared with that, that one-eyed cyclops or whatever when the lady was, or the girlfriend, or maybe the wife, I forget, was looking for her husband, disappeared, and they found the plane crash, and he was a giant. He kind of grew with the radiation. Johnny G going out of his mind here. The Spiders there, January 1954, on the Imperial record label. That is a Chuck Carbo on lead. Song entitled I Didn't Want to Do It. You know, his brother was in the group too. Leonard Chick Carbo also did lead on some of the releases, and they both had solo careers. As we continue here, and we move into 1955 with a flip side from the last 78 show. A singer from Atlanta, Georgia, later known as King of the Stroll, Lenny, but not so in his early career. He was a great writer of so many great songs during his career, and also a great vocalist. He won a talent contest and was spotted by Atlanta disc jockey Zenas Sears, who would become his manager, and he ended up getting a contract for him with Columbia subsidiary OK Records, and he would have 18 releases on the OK label through 1956 before he would move over to Atlantic and have other releases that were hits on Atlantic. But I featured his 14th release with a group, a great ballad with a group called the Sandmen. It was called I Can Tell. It came out in May of 1955 on the OK label. But let's flip the 78 over. Interesting that both sides of this were under the direction of Quincy Jones. We just recently, not too long ago, lost Quincy Jones. You know, he was also behind Leslie Gore also on the Mercury label. Well, here he is from May of 1955 with his orchestra with Chuck Willis. No Sandman on this side, but the song is called I Can Tell. This is Chuck Willis. No, I'm sorry. It's called One More Time by Chuck Willis.
Baby, give me a break. Baby, give me a break. I may not have a lot of money, still I want you for my honey. Baby, give me a break. Baby, just one more chance. Can I be your lover, man? If I had you for my girl, I'll be the happiest man in the world. Baby, give me a break. When I see you coming, it makes the hair rise on my head. I don't care what I'm talking about, I forget every word I said. Ooh, you knock me out. Don't you know what I'm talking about? When I kiss you, it makes me feel I can hear the bells ringing in my ears. Baby, give me a break. Just a one more chance, just a one more break, just a one more chance. Baby, give me a break. Just one more break, just one more chance, just one more break. Baby, give me a break. Baby, give me a break. Baby, give me a break.
As May 55 release there for Chuck Willis, a song he wrote that's on the OK record label. One More Time is the name of the tune, that when they're under the direction of Quincy Jones. As we continue here on, well, one more break. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Charlene, for correcting me. One more break. Why did I put one more time? I was rushing, that's why. Let us continue here. We are in the year 1955. Let's go to Harlem, New York for this great group and one of the classic songs of this era, and they have so many great tunes that they recorded during their career. This may have been the group's biggest seller, though, over a number of years. This is on High Weiss's Paradise record label, and it's unfortunate, though, that this record never made the national charts, but always would make oldie surveys throughout the United States, we'll say. This tune written by their manager, Raul Sita. It features the great Willie Winfield on lead. This was also featured in movies Wasn't it in Goodfellas, I think it was, and maybe some other movies too. But I would hear this on 70s radio. WABC would play this as an oldie. Also came out, I think, on one of the Murray the K Golden Gassers LP. That's how my aunt had it. But this is the original press, sounding so nice on a 78 from June of 55. Willie Winfield and the Harptones on the Paradise record label. Their classic called Life is But a Dream.
Will you take part in my life, my love? That is my dream. Life is but a dream. It's what you make it. Always try to give. Don't ever take it. Life has its music. Life has its songs of love. Life is but a dream, and I dream of you, strange as it seems. All night I see you. I'm trying to tell you just what you mean to me. I love you with all my heart, adore you and all your charms. I want you to do your part. Come here to my open arms. Life is but a dream, and we can live it. We can make a love, none to compare with. Will you take part in my life, my love? That is my dream. Life is but a dream.
Classics here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, the All 78 show, June 55. Willie Winfield and the Harptones on the Paradise record label. What a great tune that is. Life is but a dream. This music will never, ever die as we continue. And a little bit out of sync here. This record, was it 1954 here, I guess? This is featured a flip side from the last 78 show. Featured the Chords, actually the last release by the Chords, a.k.a. the Chord Cats, and actually the Shabooms they were on their last release. The side I played on the last show was called Pretty Wild, came out on the Cat label, was a subsidiary of Atlantic Records. It featured Carl Feaster on lead. He also is doing lead on the flip side, and it mentions actually on the label the group formerly known as the Chords. This is their fourth release on the Cat label from April 54. Here are the Shabooms on the Cat label. It's called Could It Be? The Shabooms.
Doowop, doowop, doowop.
Could it be that you don't love me anymore? Don't close that door to your heart, dear. Let it stay open wide for me. Don't you know it's you I adore? Who could ask for more? Not me, not you. Don't close your heart, let it stay open wide for me. You know I love you. Flip, flip, a dippy-o-dip. You know I need you. Well, so baby, let's go. I'm lost in the world, I'm lost in the world, just thinking of you. Don't know what to do, 'cause I need you, and I know that I'm in love. Could it be that you don't love me no more? No more, don't close that door to your heart, dear, let it stay open wide for me. Don't you know that it's you that I adore? Who could ask for more? For me, for you, there's happiness in store. You. Flip, 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 and a dippy-o-dip. You know I need you.
Well, so baby, let's go.
I'm lost in the world, I'm lost in the world, just thinking of you. Don't know what to do, 'cause I need you, and I know that I'm in love. Could it be that you're in love with me?
That's April 1954 release there for the Shabooms, a.k.a. the Chord Cats, a.k.a. the Chords. That's Carl Feaster on lead. Could It Be is the name of the tune that's on the Cat record label. I have that. That's a nice 78. Plays nice. I got that from Glenn Fousel, trading my 3 Beatle LPs for 578s. As we continue here, let's move into 1956 as we head to Brooklyn, New York. Now, all the members of this group were attending Lincoln High School at the time. The group included Hank Medress, Neil Sedaka, Eddie Rapkin, and Cynthia Zoloton. I think I said that right. And they had this release on Morty Kraft's Melba record label. Now, the song written by Neil Sedaka and his writing partner, Howie Greenfield. And Neil Sedaka is also on the lead. From May of 1956, let's give a listen to The Tokens. The Tokens on the Melba label. The song is called While I Dream.
While I dream, dreams of you. While I dream, dreams of you. It doesn't cost a penny, anyone can dream. So I hug my pillow, silly as it seems, through the night. While I dream, dreams of you. Breathless I enfold you, hold you to my heart. I know when I awake, dear, tears are bound to start. Through the night, while I dream, dreams of you. Though you're not mine tonight, and you'll never be, still I'm afraid to face reality.
As May 1956 release there for the Tokens with Neil Sedaka on lead. It's on Morty Kraft's Melba Records. While I Dream is the name of the tune. Now, Hank Medress would continue with the Tokens, Hank Medress plus Mitch Margot and Phil Margot, and they would add a new lead singer, his name Jay Siegel, and they would form the new Tokens. Johnny G almost done here. Four more 78s to go before we sign off here. And let's go to Queens, New York, and we go to George Goldner's G record label for this group. And my aunt bought their 45 just prior to this release called Can't We Be Sweethearts. This was the follow-up. This was their fourth of 14 releases on the G record label. The tune written by group member Berman Patterson, and also George Goldner's gets a writer credit, and it features Herbie Cox on lead. This is with Jimmy Wright and the orchestra. We're going to send this one out to listener Tommy Albergo, tuned into the program from October 1956. Here are the Cleftones on G Records. The song is called String Around My Heart.
Bom dooby dooby bom bom be bom
Dooby 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 doo, whoop dooby 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 doo, whoop dooby 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 doo. Whoa, wop.
Don't you know I'm in love with you? Can't see what I'm saying is true. I've loved you right from the start. Oh baby, we'll never part. 'Cause you got a string around my heart. Nobody can change my mind. 'Cause you're my Valentine. Oh yes, you're my one and all. Oh yes, you're my baby doll. And you got a string around my heart. Nobody else could be not half as sweet to me as you, my love. Whoa. How lucky can one be, for heaven sent to me an angel from above. Don't you know I'm in love with you? Can't see what I'm saying is true. I've loved you right from the start. Oh baby, we'll never part. 'Cause you got a string around my heart. Nobody else could be not half as sweet to me as you, my love. Whoa. How lucky can one be, for heaven sent to me an angel from above. Nobody can change my mind, 'cause you're my Valentine. Oh yes, you're my baby doll. Oh yes, you're my one and all. And you got a string around my heart. Yes, you got a string around my heart. Yes, you got a string around my heart. And you got a string around my heart. Oh, you got a string around my heart.
As Herbie Cox and the Cleftones there, that's their fourth release on the G record label. Send it out to Tommy Albergo tuned into the program October 1956. String Around My Heart is the name of the tune. 3 more 78s to go. Let's move into 1957. Now, you know this group out of Newport News, Virginia, the Great Five Keys. After Aladdin, they signed with the Capitol record label. So many great releases on the Capitol label. Let's give a listen to their 12th release, On a 78. It features the great Rudy West on lead. This is with Van Alexander and his orchestra from April 57. The Five Keys on the Capitol label. The song is called Four Walls.
Do 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 do.
Four walls since my love went away, since my dream went astray, I keep turning to you, turning to you. Four walls, you alone know my fears, you alone see the tears that I cry all night through, all night through. For here within my lonely room, she never leaves my mind. I make believe she's very close to me and leave the world behind. I pray someday she'll be there at the door, bringing love light once more. Here inside these four walls, inside of these four walls.
Wow, these 78s on the Capitol label this late sound really, really good. That's the significance of me playing these records that, you know, you can have on a 45. It's not that easy to get these, though, on a 78. When you start getting toward the end of 1957 into 1958 and 59, they're really hard records to find. That one there, April 57 release, Rudy West and the Great Five Keys on the Capitol record label, Four Walls. Now, you're all going to know this next tune, but have you ever heard it on a 78 as we head to Philadelphia, PA? And the debut single for this group, this first issued locally on Artie Singer's Singular record label, but when Dick Clark, with the help of Dick Clark, the group signed with ABC Paramount Records that distributed this song nationally, and they performed this on American Bandstand, the song written by group member David White and Johnny Madera, and also, I guess we'll say, Artie Singer, who owned the Singular record label, have the first press. I wonder if that's got to be on a 78 Singular. I don't know, but I do have this on an ABC Paramount 78. It's from November of 1957 when it was released. This is Danny and the Juniors with Danny Rapp on lead. And their hit, let's see if the copyright police get me on this one. It's called At the Hop.
Well, you can rock and you hop, 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 hop. When the record starts spinning, you calypso when you're chicken at the hop, 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 hop. Do the dance sensations that are sweeping the nation at the hop, 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 hop. Let's go to the hop. Let's go to the hop, oh baby. Let's go to the hop, oh baby. Let's go to the hop. Come on, let's go to the hop. Well, you can swing it, you can groove it, you can really start to move it at the hop. Where the jockey is the smoothest and the music is the coolest at the hop. All the cats and the chicks can get their kicks at the hop. Let's go. Let's go to the hop. Let's go to the hop, oh baby. Let's go to the hop, oh baby. Let's go to the hop. Come on, let's go to the hop. Let's go. Well, you can rock it, you can roll it, do the slop and even scroll it at the hop. When the record starts spinning, you calypso when you're chicken at the hop. Do the dance sensations that are sweeping the nation at the hop. You can swing it, you can groove it, you can really start to move it at the hop. When the jockey is the smoothest and the music is the coolest at the hop. All the cats and the chicks can get their kicks at the hop. Let's go. Let's go to the hop. Let's go to the hop, oh baby. Let's go to the hop, oh baby. Let's go to the hop. Come on, let's go to the hop.
It's here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Wanted to feature it on a 78. The flip side's a great ballad that Danny and the Juniors recorded also. But there you go. Danny rap on lead. Danny and the Juniors from November of 1957. That's their debut single. Have it on the ABC Paramount record label. On a 78, a song entitled At the Hop. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G on this Thursday afternoon, spinning 78s out of my collection. If you need to get in touch with me or you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the email for all your requests and correspondence with your host, Johnny G. I want to thank you all for listening and watching this show that we do every 2 weeks. I'll be back 2 weeks from today with another 78 show. We'll be back on Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So go to my YouTube page. You can click that upcoming show. You got to be signed in, though, to YouTube to do that. But it'll send you an email reminder. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But again, so thank you all for being here. Hope you enjoyed the show. And I did. This is really the only time I get to listen to all my 78s. So again, thank you. If you have not yet done so, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and click that bell to get notifications. Also, give me a thumbs up. Got 51 thumbs up here. We had a big crowd tonight. Well, about 361 people came into the program today. So thank you all for that. We're going to close the show this early evening with a flip side request for listener Dennis Fluharty, big listener to the program. Now, last week I featured Clyde McPhatter on the Atlantic record label, a big hit for him. Came out in September of 1958, his 11th of 17 releases on the Atlantic label. It was called A Lover's Question, and Dennis Fluharty requested the flip sides. We're going to send this one out to Dennis. So our closer, Mr. Clyde McPhatter on Atlantic from September 58, it's called I Can't Stand Up Alone. That's going to do it, folks. Johnny G is out of here. I'll see you all, some of you, on Saturday night. If not, I'll see some of you next Wednesday on The Soul Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long for Dennis Fluharty.
One of these days I will take a vacation
by a quiet and peaceful shore. Cool my feet in that crystal water, then I won't have to work anymore. My burdens are getting so heavy, I can't stand up alone. I wanna lay my head on one strong shoulder, I can't stand up alone. Well, I can't stand up all by myself, I can't stand up alone. I need the touch of a mighty hand, I can't stand up alone. A voice came down like thunder, a light around me shone. He said, child, get up, take hold of my hand, you don't have to stand alone. Well, I can't stand up all by myself, I can't stand up alone. I need the touch of a mighty hand, I can't stand up alone. Well, trouble, I've seen trouble all around my door. Now go and leave me, old man, trouble, I don't want trouble no more. Well, I can't stand up all by myself, I can't stand up alone. I need the touch of a mighty hand, I can't stand up alone. One of these days I will take a vacation by a quiet and peaceful shore. Cool my feet in that crystal water, then I won't have to work anymore.